Welcome back. Today we're tackling the read and email task. This is a great way to earn points by spotting specific details like dates and instructions in a professional context. We'll look at 2 questions to sharpen your scanning skills and ensure you can identify the main purpose of the correspondence quickly and accurately. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL for more expert tips to boost your score. Let's keep working toward your goals together. Emma Robinson Email, com. This email is intended for M. Robinson Email, com, who is the designated recipient and likely the customer in this transaction. S. Collins A Modern Home, com. The sender uses the address says Collins Modern Home, com, which indicates this is a professional business communication from a furniture company. No 5/T16/2024. The message was sent on 05/T16/2024, a detail that helps establish the timeline for the upcoming delivery. Furniture delivery and assembly. The subject, furniture delivery and assembly, immediately tells us the email will cover the timing of the shipment and the subsequent setup of the items. This sets a clear expectation for the reader before diving into the body. Dear Mark Robinson. The formal greeting, Dear Mark Robinson, establishes a professional and respectful tone suitable for business to customer correspondence. Your order from Modern Home Furniture is ready for shipment. This opening sentence uses the phrase ready for shipment to inform the customer that their order has been prepared and is moving to the next stage. It clearly states the primary status of the purchase. Our delivery team will arrive at your residence on Thursday, May 23rd. The sender specifies the exact date, Thursday, May 23rd, for the arrival, which is a crucial factual detail you might be tested on. Note the use of the future tense will arrive to indicate a scheduled event. The scheduled arrival time is between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. The phrase between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. provides a specific 2-hour window for the team's arrival, allowing the customer to plan their day. In TOEFL, time ranges are often used to test your ability to match specific data. Please ensure that the room where the furniture will be placed is clear. This is a direct instruction where the customer is asked to ensure that the room is clear to facilitate the work. The verb ensure is a common way to express a requirement or a necessary preparation. The assembly of the new table and chairs should take 1 hour. Board assembly refers to putting the furniture together, and we are told this process should take 1 hour to complete. This gives the customer an idea of the duration of the service. You will need to sign a delivery note once the items are set up. The requirement to sign a delivery note indicates the final administrative step the customer must take once the items are set up. This clarifies the order of events. Best regards. The phrase best regards is a standard professional sign-off that signals the end of the message's core content. Sarah Collins. We confirm the author is Sarah Collins, completing the context of who is managing this delivery process. When is the delivery team expected to arrive at the residence? This question asks for a specific time and day, so we must scan the text for the expected to arrive details. We are looking for a date and a time window that matches the passage exactly. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. Thursday between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. While the day Thursday is correct, the time 9 a.m. does not match the 1 p.m. start time mentioned in the text. This is a common distractor that uses part of the correct information to mislead you. We should eliminate this option. Now, let's examine option B. Friday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This option mentions Friday, but the passage clearly states the team will arrive on Thursday. Because the day is wrong, we can immediately rule this out. Here's option C. Let's break it down. Wednesday between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. This choice suggests Wednesday, which contradicts the text's explicit mention of Thursday as the delivery day. Even though the time matches, the wrong day makes this incorrect. Finally, let's look at option D. Thursday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This is a perfect match because it includes both Thursday and the correct time frame of 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. found in the email. This option accurately reflects all the details provided in the text. The correct answer to this question is option D, since it aligns perfectly with the scheduled arrival time and date provided in the body of the email. What must Mark do before the delivery team starts their work? We need to identify a specific action Mark must take before the delivery team starts their work. This means we are looking for a prerequisite or preparation step mentioned in the instructions. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. Sign the assembly insurance form. The text mentions signing a note once the items are set up, which happens after the work, not a sign action required before they start. Also, no insurance form is ever mentioned. We can eliminate this. Now, let's examine option B. Clear the room for the furniture. The email explicitly asks the recipient to ensure that the room is clear before the team arrives. This matches the requirement for Mark to prepare the space, making this the likely answer. Here's option C. Let's break it down. Prepare a printed order receipt. There is no mention of a printed order receipt being required for the delivery process in this email. This is an irrelevant detail not supported by the text. Finally, let's look at option D. Pay the delivery fee in cash. The passage does not discuss payment methods or a delivery fee that needs to be paid in cash. This is outside the scope of the information provided. Therefore, the correct answer is option B because it directly reflects the instruction to prepare the space for the furniture by making sure it is empty. In read and email tasks, always prioritize scanning for specific nouns and numbers like dates, times, and requirements. Pay close attention to whether an action happens before or after a certain event, as this is a common way the TOEFL tests your reading comprehension. Mastering these small details will ensure you don't fall for distractors that sound plausible but are factually incorrect.